The Nottingham Panthers still lead the way at the top of the Premier Division. Sheffield and Cardiff, though, won't be giving up the chase just yet. On tonight's programme, you can see the Devils game against Humberside Hawks and a whole lot more besides.
Coming up, 10 of the very best goals, choose your favourite finishes, and you could win tickets for the big weekend of the year at Wembley.
Priestley, the NHL veteran, is going to go from centre ice against a 15-year-old rookie. Let's see what happens. The crowd are on their feet. The goaltender comes out. Priestley scores! It's all tied up!
A dramatic finish on our last programme and a point each for the chasing duo. Going into this weekend, Sheffield were 4 points adrift and Cardiff 8 points behind leaders Nottingham, but all three play each other in the last week of the season. The high spot in Humberside's history, a 1993 semi-final win over Nottingham before losing to Cardiff at Wembley. That season, they won a league game in South Wales, a feat nobody has managed since. 55 games at the Cardiff ice rink later, the Hawks the visitors again, 6th in the league, looking to secure a playoff place for this season. The Devils' aim is still to hang on to their league title. It's a tough task though, and they certainly can't afford to lose this one.
I think the way we look at it is we got 14, 15 games left in the season, and we just have to go out there and try to win every game and do our bit and see what happens. You know, hopefully we've learned from our mistakes this year. We've thrown a few games away, but there's still a lot to play for.
We pick up the action early in the first period. Your commentators, as always, Rich Popray and Paul Ferguson.
One or two big hitters on that Humberside club. Keep your eye open for number 5, Scott Young. He really loves to throw his weight around. A break now. Dumas goes in, shoots it, misses the net. Dumas going for the short side. Chin follows up, and that went upstairs. That's number 1 for the Devils. Lots of time there for the Devils to pick themselves up and get back in after that miss by Dumas.
Well, the play broke down right into neutral territory as Scott Morrison was upended. Cardiff quick to react. They went defense to offense in a hurry. Dumas shot going wide. Very alertly, Claude Dumas stayed with the puck. Bishop was on the chase. Nick Chin came into the play, put it upstairs. Nice goal for the Devils.
Comes back to Cooper from the faceoff. Cooper with a lot of time. Deflected just wide of the target. Pennington tried to throw that up on the boards. That didn't work. Big hit there, but here comes Young. Smith throwing his weight around. Young, the defenseman who likes to move, got as far as the side of the goal and lost out on a chance now, but Dumas couldn't hang on to the pass. All the way back into Hawk territory. Jamie van der Horst takes a hit and gets his arms up in a hurry. This is one guy you have to be careful of, because van der Horst likes to throw his weight around, but he can take a hit just as well as he can give it. High backhand flip by Young. Comes out to Hope. Hope finds Cooper. Cooper leaves the puck in neutralized territory. Hope will start it up again. Ruggles races in. Ruggles with a chance in the corner. McEwen left all alone. Lets the shot go. Loose puck in front of score! Cooper came in from behind. Goaltender did not control that first shot.
Again, it's a quick shot. It seems to be throwing the goaltender off guard. The rebound is there, and Ian Cooper, right where he likes to be by the side of the net, isn't going to miss them very often. Doug McEwen with the shot. It was a good pass from Hilton Ruggles. McEwen's shot is in the crowd. Ian Cooper knows right where the puck is, and he bangs it home.
2 minutes and 3 seconds after the last goal, power play goal for the Devils. 2-0 to score now. Smith on the wing, lets the shot, scores! Smith hits the far corner along the ice.
Well, Wappy Smith, Peter Smith is his real name. He's worked hard to get this spot on the team. He's only scored 4 goals all season. That's his 5th. He's a guy who plays with a lot of heart. He never stops working. He's on his off wing. It's a nice pass from Nick Chin. Waffy takes a look. Waffy Smith, that is. Shoots it low in the far side. Goal number 3.
Chin digging away at that as the Hawks try to freeze it behind the goal. Chin from the side of the net lets a shot go, and that hits a crowd of players. Big hit there by Smith. Smith skates back to the blue line and doesn't even look around to see the damage he's done. Face-off. Smith, who's still out there, dribbles that into the circle. Chin picks this one up. Chin tries to ram it in, and he does! Second goal for Chin. Defensive error there for the Hawks.
It's still all one-way traffic. Cardiff all the way. The crowd is loving it. Bishop with the giveaway. Nick Chin makes the most of it. Skates directly to the net. Bangs the puck home. Goal number 4.
You look at this again. Okay, the mistake is made, but the goaltender should have come out and held his ground. Stick on the ice. Look, he's already moving with his right leg before Chin gets there. The opening is there on the left side of the body. Chin still muscling in the corner, eventually loses out, and here comes Bishop. Bishop rattles that along the boards, stays in the corner. Van der Horst is there to pick it up. No pressure on him, and that's one of the problems so far with the Hawks. Dumas takes a shot, and Dumas came so close. A chance now for Cahill, who's been quiet in this one. He misses the target at the other end of the rink. Young gives that one away, and we have some sloppy defensive play. Dumas now gets by Young, but can he get the shot away? Drops it back. Van der Horst lets it go. It's upstairs, deflected over the top of the net and over the meshing. But the defensive pairings out there for the Hawks right now are not working. Young is being skated around. Offensively, he looks good. Defensively, he looks shaky. Young pass out up on the wing, intended for Pennington, goes all the way down the ice, and Hope is there to collect. Huber going after him, and a giveaway, but Bishop bangs it back in. Hope along the boards. Good pass up to McEwen. Hitman's that up to Ruggles. Ruggles going in. The shot right under the goalie. Didn't know where it was. Young was all over his man. Ruggles was trying to fight him off with one hand and get the shot away.
Says something for the Cardiff speed. Humberside aren't slow. They've got some good quick players, but Ruggles, Dumas, Chin, McEwen, they're just proving too fast for the Humberside defense.
Stone bangs it up to Cooper. Cooper to McEwen. McEwen being chased, and Wood gets his stick slash. There's going to be a penalty, delayed penalty. Great move, and Young, there should be another penalty there on the delayed penalty. McEwen was tripped by Young. Stone lets a shot go. That goes upstairs, and eventually it's touched. And Cloutman is calling a slashing penalty and a tripping penalty.
That is a good call, Paul. That's an excellent call. I can see you waiting. You were waiting to pounce on that one. You're exactly right. The initial call was in the Cardiff zone as Jason Wood's stick was slashed out of his hands. The play continued. Doug McEwen is coming down the ice. He's through the neutral zone. A good move. He goes right to left. Young gets the skate out. He trips him. That is a good call by referee Cloutman.
Things are going from bad to worse for the Hawks right now. They trail us from 4-0. McEwen over to Ruggles. Back to Hope. Cooper, rather. Hope was cruising along, waiting for the pass, but Cooper took the shot. Another power play goal.
Well, it doesn't matter what team it is in the Premier Division. They all know that Stephen Cooper can shoot the puck. Why would you let this guy have that amount of time? He slides his way across the blue line. He walks. He drills it low into the net. Great shot by Stephen Cooper.
Goaltending change out there. Danny Thompson, who really hasn't looked sharp at all in this one, is replaced by Paul Cast. 41 seconds remaining on the power play. Chin, Cooper Lots of time, gets a shot away, but it's deflected away by Pennington. Pennington races in at the corner. Wood comes out of his net. Up to the blue line. The shot, score! Young! Short-handed goal. Grab that. Around the blue line. Some good forechecking from Pennington.
Norm Pennington putting the pressure on. The Hawks are down a man. Young gets the puck. He steps over the blue line and he drills it past Jason Wood. Big shot, nice goal.
Young. Huber, good pass through, can't control it, got it right back. Onto his stick, Chin goes after him. Huber looking for room to move on the right side, going down on the right side. He's dumped there by Stephen Cooper. He got the hip in. Huber picks it up right out front. Johnson just couldn't bury that. Stephen Johnson right out front. Motion to score! At the second attempt, the Hawks pull it off this time. Huber brings the Hawks a little closer.
It's a couple of good individual efforts that are getting the Humberside Seahawks back into this game. Humberside Hawks, that is, this year. Sorry about that. Good work. The pass comes across. Huber's right where he should be. Keeps it low. It's past Wood for goal number 2.
Young with a chance to shoot, and that goes wide of the target. From the side of the net, the Hawks trying to get it out front. Stone felt the brunt of that clearance, hit him in the head. Ruggles working down on the wing. Ruggles tries to put it upstairs as Cass goes down, and that just failed to work. Johnson getting himself into all sorts of trouble by skating in front of the net. Good stuff from Ruggles, though, as he continues to forecheck, and Ian Cooper steps back on the ice. The Devils are back at full strength. Cooper now. Cooper in the corner. Young goes after him. Stone is brought down. Morrison loses control of the puck. Stone tries to get it out in front. Ruggles! Cass did a good job of keeping that one out. Morrison gives it away to Dumas. This is better hockey now from both teams. Johnson is up there with Young. Johnson gets it back nicely. Morrison unable to get the shot away. Long pass into neutral ice territory. Stone gives it to Hope. Back to Stone. Up to Dumas. Good save by Cass as he went with the puck in the play. Ruggles feeds it through. And Bishop just backhands it out of the zone. Hope. Little tap forward to McEwen. McEwen is jumped right at the blue line. Picks himself up in a hurry. Pennington and Stone go down. And it looks like the Hawks have had instructions from Coach Peter Johnson to start hitting.
They are taking the body.
Cooper, Huber, and McEwen picks it up. Ruggles on the wing. Cooper on the far side. Gets it back to McEwen. Back to Cooper. Cooper slides it along the ice into the net. Goaltender looks around, says, hey, I didn't see that.
Well, it took a while for that to happen, but eventually the end result was the right one for Cardiff. Humberside are starting to take the body more and more as the second period goes on. This time, the shift really got free-flowing, both teams going end-to-end. The defense appears to have backed in a little bit on Paul Cass. Mike Bishop appears set up a perfect screen in front of young Cass.
Wood puts that away. I don't know why he did that. He had a lot of support. Young tries to get in position. He's brought down. McEwen gloves it out of his midriff. Cooper gives it up to Ruggles. Ruggles. A lot of time to shoot, and he let the shot go. Cass came up with a save, and Cooper just couldn't bury the rebound. McEwen taking off the puck, gets it at the second attempt, lets the shot go, and that hit a leg. McEwen steals that from Pennington. Cooper. Ruggles. Some good close-in stuff from McEwen, Ruggles, and Ian Cooper. The three of them are buzzing around there. Short passes, between the legs, between the pads, whatever. and they're making it work. This time Morrison gets the chop and sends it over to the near side, but it's kept in by Van der Horst. Big hit by Smith on Port. Port has been hit a couple of times in this game. He's the youngster on the team with a full face mask. Flip over to Morrison. Johnson can't get the skate on it. That would have been a golden opportunity. There were a couple players in deep had he been able to trap that from going all the way down the ice. Morrison feeds that forward. Chin. Good move by Chin. He's got Dumas out front. So easy for the big number 16.
Again, good heads-up hockey. Nick Chin had the puck on his backhand. His head was up all the time. Great pass over to Dumas. Dumas did the patient thing. Cass came out to challenge him. He let him make his move. He just let the puck come to him. He's out behind him. Very easily put the puck home. Nice goal for Cardiff.
Stone, nice pass to McEwen on the one-timer. McEwen takes the shot, hit the post. And that's the second post in this second period. 4:22 remaining on the period. Johnson gets it over, gets it back. Cahill goes in. Cahill takes a shot. Wood stayed with him. Big save. He hasn't had a lot of action in this period, but he looked sharp on that one. Clearance out front of the net. No one near it. Hope gets it up to Cooper. He can't control it. A nice one-timer. Cahill now lets a shot go in. Another good save by Wood. The net has come off its moorings as Wood slid across, but Wood coming up big on a couple of occasions. Approach the final 2 minutes and 40 seconds of this period. Johnson chasing as Hope gathers that pass from Stone. Stone on the far side, gives it right away. Johnson goes in, takes a shot, scores! A major mistake by Jason Stone, and he knows it, and everyone in this building knows it.
That's right, Jason Stone's head went down. Shannon Hope did the right thing, though. He's just gone over to Jason Stone, patted him on the pads and said, hey, look, forget about it. There's a lot of hockey left to play here. The giveaway is there. Johnson has a week, if he wants to take it, to make his move on Jason Wood. Keeps the puck low and has a goal.
Hardly a costly error, the Devils 4 goals ahead, and they more than doubled that in a goal-saturated third period.
Ruggles at center. A one-timer from Cooper.
Well, you got me, boy.
A nice little tip up by Chin, gives it to Dumas. Dumas with Smith. Dumas. Whoa, that was a very pretty goal. Shot, rebound, Chin! McEwen, Dumas. Cass has lost it, it's under the Virginia net! Ian Cooper. That's number 4 for him. Shot. Oh boy, did he make up with one. Manson. The score! 13-4 right now, but we still have 1 minute remaining. Nice little tip from Cooper to Ruggles. Ruggles, Cooper, and McEwen. Whoa, what an understanding there. Ruggles. Shot right on the target, and that one's in the net.
Well, Humberside are a team that, you know, once they go 4 or 5 goals down, you can never underestimate them. So we had to keep going 100%, and the goals just kept coming because they obviously opened up at the back to try and pull the goals back, and we just kept putting them in.
What about yourself? I mean, 4 goals, but you might have had more than that.
Yeah, I had 2 goals disallowed. First one went in off my skate, which was wasn't intentionally kicked in, which the rule says it should have stood. And the last one hit a pad in the back of the net and stood on the line. He disallowed that one as well. So could have been 6, but never mind. I'm happy with 4. What we've been told is we've got to start a new season. It's a 15-game season, and we have to win every game from here on in. That's the only way we have a chance of winning. We still have to rely on the other team slipping up, but if we win out 15, we can say at least we tried and did the job.
The Devils' other game over the weekend was a trip they've often found testing in the last year or so, a visit to Basingstoke.
Cardiff suffered a nightmare 8-7 defeat on their last trip to the playground on Boxing Day. Doug McEwen tried to exercise that memory with a 9th-minute goal. But Cardiff found the Beavers in no mood to show any more charity this time around either. Debutant Brendan Flynn equalising within 40 seconds. The second period was just as tight. Nicky Chinn's bullet shot gave Cardiff a 2-1 lead. But the spectre of Basingstoke continuing their hoodoo over the Devils was still evident as some great work by Flynn enabled Barclay Pearce to shoot an equaliser midway through the period. The crux of the game was 3 Devils goals in 53 seconds at the start of the third. Hilton Ruggles scored after 6 and 36 seconds to help establish a 3-goal spread. Claude Dumas added a third 17 seconds later, Devils 6th. That made the points secure. And then Dumas raced away for a Dumas special. Not quite goal of the season, but pretty impressive all the same, as were Cardiff in exercising that Christmas ghost. Beavers 3, Devils 8.
Whenever the Devils are on the road, so too are their supporters, travelling the length and breadth of the country to give the team their vocal backing. Last month, Face Off followed the fans to Sheffield.
If I miss a game now, you know, you wouldn't believe what it's like. You're at home, you're twiddling with a teletext or phoning a hotline every 2 seconds. I'm really hooked now, really hooked.
We've been to so many countries as well as sort of, I've never seen so much of the British Isles since I followed ice hockey.
As you go through life, you know, you're into various sports like the soccer, rugby, the enjoyment, you know, the Wales rugby of the 70s. You come along, you see a game like this, it's end-to-end, it's exciting, non-stop, and I suppose now this would top the lot, really.
Well, we've had some disappointments, but mainly good memories, I would say. You know, I mean, if the Devils have lost, we've always sort of, you know, still supported them through thick and thin.
Winning in Holland, because the nature of the opposition, to beat 2 Russian sides in such a short space of time was superb.
Probably my favourite game, which is also my worst game, was the game against Tilburg in Tilburg this year. It was certainly, I remember sitting in the stands after the game with my head in my hands thinking we'd blown it.
Well, a favourite game, like most people, would probably go back to 1990 to the Wembley final. I can remember the moment when we came back from the first period from 3-0 down to 3-all with Steve Morrier's cracking goal, top shelf. And at the end of the period, we went through the double doors to go downstairs into the Wembley Arena. And as we pushed the double doors open, all the Cardiff fans were just singing Welsh songs. And all I can remember is by the time I got to the bottom of those stairs, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. I think everyone was in tears. And that was just after like 1 period of ice hockey.
If I told you that the back of the hairs on my neck was sticking up, would you believe me? Yeah, I got butterflies and I'm not looking forward to this.
A Saturday day trip to South Yorkshire. Another demonstration of the passion and commitment more usually associated with football fans. Minus the trouble. Every week, at least one busload of supporters travel to all corners of Britain to support Cardiff. 300 went over to Holland and 35 out to Minsk this season for the Devils' European Games. Stories of similar devotion are the same all over the country. Some people spend literally thousands of pounds in a season. And as at Sheffield, when a last-minute penalty ensured a 6-all tie in front of 9,000 people, you can begin to understand why.
I'll give you a bloody in-depth view of the game. It was a fair score. It was a fair score. It was a bad call. Should never have been a penalty shot. But all in all, 6-all, very fair. No one deserved to win, no one deserved to lose.
You want more?
And Hilton was bloody awesome, wasn't he?
I suppose it's just like being a kid again, really. And, you know, you just join in and it's really great. No one sort of thinks, oh, look at her, you know, at her age. But, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Well, we're going back to Sheffield Arena now because our look back at some of the other games over the weekend begins with Sheffield's game against Basingstoke.
It's been a tough week for Basingstoke, losing at Nottingham, home to Cardiff and then travelling to Sheffield, who opened the scoring through Les Milley. It's a big rink in the arena, but it's covered so quickly by players with Ken Priestley's speed, the Canadian can finish too. The Steelers, in fact, went 4-0 up after the Beavers gave Plummer the puck, and netminder Bill Morrison made it easy for Tommy. That goal was the first of a hat-trick for him. Basingstoke's Tony Redmond also scored 3. He made it 4-1 at the end of the first period, and his first was the easiest of the lot. The second of Plummer's trio was short-handed, and he showed incredible composure to restore Sheffield's 4-goal lead. The visitors, though, never gave up and produced a late comeback. Redmond's second certainly kept them in with a chance. But no doubt about it, Plummer was the real man of the match. Simply untouchable, in fact. Just watch this. Two more points for the Steelers, and it will be a long, long time before you see a hat-trick better than that.
Securing a playoff berth is the only realistic target left this year for Durham and Fife, so the points were still crucial in their meeting in Durham. Fife got off to a flyer with a typical Doug Smale breakaway. But thereafter the Scots hardly had a touch as Durham showed the form that helped them beat Nottingham last week. John Iredale, the main tormentor. And Paul Dixon's well-worked and clinically converted strike made it 4-1 by the first interval. Fife, now back to full strength after some awful injuries, were dreadfully disappointing, and Durham rubbed their noses into the dirt as Iredale scored the third of his 4 goals. And then Josh Boney was on hand to thump home a rebound against his old teammates to illustrate Durham's danger to the top teams when playoff time comes around. Durham 9, Fife 3.
Leaders Nottingham were without hernia-troubled top scorer Rick Brabant at Bracknell, but Paul Adey left Chris Brandt trailing to put the Panthers ahead with an early short-handed goal. And Chuck Taylor left netminder Lloyd Clifford standing to power his side into a 2-0 lead with less than 5 minutes gone. The Bees, who beat Cardiff 4-1 a fortnight ago, bounced back to 2-all, Kevin King touching in a 5-on-3 power play goal. But Nottingham weren't about to let things slip. Hapless Bracknell defence, Webber set up Mario Belanger for the first of his 2 goals on the night. Paul Adey needed no help at all for his second of the game, as the Panthers ran in 4 unanswered goals in the decisive second period. Their last goal was scored by Mark Twait. Not spectacular, but great teamwork and totally effective. 6-3 the final score, and the Panthers showing no sign of letting their lead slip. So as you were at the top, Nottingham maintain their 4-point advantage with 13 games to go. But remember, on the final weekend of the season, the Panthers play Sheffield and Cardiff, so nothing is likely to be decided before then. With an 11-point gap between Fife and Peterborough, the top 8 playoff places look cut and dried. The bottom 4 will compete with the top 4 in Division 1 for places in the Premier next season.
We've seen some pretty terrific action over the last 5 months on Face Off. Well, now comes the difficult part. We want you to choose your 3 favourite goals of the season. Usual format. In a moment, we'll give you all the details. First, let's take a very close look at all the contenders.
This is Nottingham on the charge again. They've got a 3-on-1 break. 80 to Webber to 80. Oh, that's a beautiful goal. Surely the cup is now with Nottingham.
All the way back to Nemeth. That deflects away, and here come the Devils. McEwen all on his own, but he can do it. Brilliant play by McEwen. Excellent goal by Doug McEwen as he broke in all alone.
Panthers will have to get back quickly. Nice pass from Plummer to Tim Cranston. Cranston pass Trickett, going the long way round. Cranston still with a puck. That's a goal! 2-0. Great goal from Cranston.
Boney unable to track that as Dingwall was taken out of the play, and Dumas picks it up. Listen to the roar in the background. Dumas goes in. Dumas shot it, there, scored! Oh, a brilliant goal!
Plummer's away again. Cover is back there. Conway takes him down. Oh, he's up again. And how about that for a finish from Tommy Plummer?
Well, Cardiff have survived 16 minutes without conceding a goal. Here's Doug McEwen. That's out to Dumas. Dumas inside to Chin. Great control. Oh, Chin scored. Fantastic. Cardiff lead Kiev 1-0.
Here come the Austrians again. The Devils defending into the corner. Still the Austrians don't have possession. And that's the round dozen, and you have to say that's the best of the lot so far.
Ruggles picks up the puck in the corner. Ruggles now starts it up, has a little room, gives it to Dumas. Dumas breaks through. Good move by Dumas, he scores! Good goal by Claude Dumas, short finger and all.
Coleman has possession again. Trying to go back to centre ice. Still has possession though. Oh, Plummer's on fire. And that is his hat-trick, and that is brilliant.
This is Doug McEwen in possession. Rocky Saganyuk chasing him. Still McEwen, still Saganyuk in pursuit. Still McEwen, surely not. Oh, that is remarkable.
Well, how on earth do you choose between that lot? Once you have settled on your top 3, put them in first, second and third order on a postcard with your name, address and daytime phone number, and send them to Goal of the Season, Face Off, BBC Wales Sport, Broadcasting House, Llandaff, Cardiff, CF5 2YQ. Your entries must reach us by Friday the 3rd of March. The prize for the winner, not only a pair of tickets for the whole playoff weekend at Wembley, but an exclusive limited edition Face-Off jersey too.
Well, good luck with the competition. We'll unveil the winning selection and the lucky winner in our next edition of Face Off, when the season will be close to its climax. Until then, take care. Good night.
I'm real sorry about the shape I'm in. I just like my phone.
Hilton Ruggles was the Devils' star on Saturday at Milton Keynes, the first of his 4 goals being set up by Doug McEwen and a clever flick from Ian Cooper for the side's top scorer to bury it. Cooper was also heavily involved along with Shannon Hope in this brilliant score for McEwen. And he was also the provider for Ruggles' 4th and Cardiff's 7th. Nottingham's slip-up means the Devils are right back in the race for the title they've held for the past 2 years. The Devils were losing 4-3 at Peterborough halfway through the match last night before a remarkable 7-goal surge, this one from Ian Cooper. Cardiff's top scorer Hilton Ruggles, who'd scored 4 times on Saturday against Edinburgh, pounced to make it 7-4. And the Devils then moved to a 10-4 lead with 2 gems from Claude Dumas, this one steaming in from the right. And this one just 40 seconds later, almost a carbon copy. 5 glorious strikes in just 87 seconds. Shannon Hope's brilliant goal in the final quarter made it safe for Cardiff and sparked hopes that the Devils could still retain their title if Nottingham or Sheffield slip up again.
It certainly has been a busy weekend for the Devils. Last night, away at the Peterborough Pirates, they registered a resounding 12-7 victory, which included a remarkable period, during which they scored 5 goals in 87 seconds. And on Saturday, they were in action at the National Ice Rink against the Edinburgh Racers. Quebecois Claude Dumas opening their account in the 7th minute with a sharp piece of finishing. From then on, Hilton Ruggles stepped up to take the mantle. Not 1, 2 or even 3 goals, but 4, leading the Devils to a 6-1 victory and ensuring a clean sweep over the Racers this season.